Velvine Nungari was born on 13th March 1997. She was the only child of Anne Wairimu. Little is known about her childhood and upbringing. Needless to say, Velvine was a bubbly, smart, and zealous young lady who joined Kenyatta University around 2016 to pursue her undergraduate degree. Velvine was also a diligent and ambitious young woman who embodied the essence of hard work and determination. Despite being fully engaged in her academic pursuits at Kenyatta University, she understood the importance of financial independence and took a proactive approach to supplement her pocket money by getting a job as a waitress at Destiny Gardens and Resort in Ruiru. Welcome to Silent Shadows. As always, if you appreciate our true crime storytelling, support our bi-weekly series by liking and subscribing. Together, we uncover compelling tales of crimes and mysteries in Kenya and beyond, presenting well-balanced narratives that respect the victims and their loved ones. On Sunday 21st February 2021, during her shift at Destiny Gardens Ruiru, Velvine met a man named Joseph Kinyua Murimi, who was a frequent patron at the establishment. Joseph, a married man who made a living by selling car spare parts, took a liking to Velvine and asked her out on a date. 2 days later, on Tuesday 23rd February 2021, Joseph picked Velvine at Kerigiti near Ruiru, and they went to Q West restaurant in Kahawa West, where they had a few drinks. A few hours later, they moved from Q West restaurant to Kijito Greens restaurant on Kamiti Road. During this time, at about 7:58 p.m., Velvine also called her friend and invited her to join them. However, the friend declined, citing that it was too late. Velvine promised to call her friend back once she got home. She also requested her friend to call her back to check up on her in case something happened to her. With the darkness of the night kicking in, Joseph and Velvine went to Sinot's Hotel, also in Kahawa West. The CCTV video showed the two being lovey-dovey, laughing and holding each other at the hotel reception before collecting the keys to their room at around 9 p.m., as seen here. One and a half hours later, at 10:30 p.m., a barman at the hotel later told the police that he ushered Joseph out of the establishment. The barman further alleged that Joseph told him that he had left Velvine in the room to rest as she was exhausted, and that he had to leave since he was a married man and could not spend the night out of his marital home. It is important to note that Joseph was comfortable sharing these details with the bar attendant, since Joseph was a frequent guest at the hotel and he was known to the staff. It is also important to note that Joseph also allegedly told the barman the room which he had left Velvine in was unlocked. In hindsight, it is as if he left it that way to make it easy for the hotel staff to find Velvine. Joseph then left the establishment and took Velvine's phone with him. The following day, Wednesday, 24th February 2021, at around 1 p.m., Velvine called her friend from the hotel and asked her to go with someone else to help her get to hospital. Now, it's unclear how Velvine made the phone call to her friend. One theory is she may have liaised with one of the hotel workers to help her make the phone call. When her friends got to the hotel, they found her in pain. She was also without clothes and was drowsy, as if she had been drugged. Her friends took Velvine to the Kenyatta University Teaching and Referral Hospital in a cab. At the hospital, the doctors said that Velvine had sustained serious injuries as she had broken her spine and pelvis. For context, research has shown that the spine is one of the hardest bones to break in the human body. Her friends, realizing what had happened, left Velvine at the hospital and headed to Kiamumbi police station to report the incident. Responding to the report, the police arrested Joseph and charged him with forceful violation of an intimate nature, but he was released on a 100,000 Kenyan shillings bail. Unfortunately, the harm he had done to Velvine could not be undone and would cost her her life. On 9th March 2021, Velvine succumbed to the injuries inflicted to her by Joseph. 2 days later, on 11th March 2021, an autopsy was conducted and showed that Velvine suffered 3 fractures to her spinal cord and groin, and her lungs collapsed, leading to her demise. These injuries were shocking to many and hard to fathom. Moreover, the absence of any screams from Velvine throughout the ordeal suggests the possibility that she may have been drugged. Velvine's gruesome demise saw uproar on mainstream and social media of people calling for the perpetrator, Joseph Murimi, to be brought to justice. The hashtag justiceforvesh trended for days, with people pushing for Joseph to be held accountable for his actions. On the flip side, as shown on these social media posts, there was a lot of victim blaming spew from both men and women, borderline asserting that Velvine was responsible for what had happened to her, saying she got what she deserved by going on a date with a married man, even some going to the extent of saying that she was in it for the money. In her article titled "The Murder of Women in Kenya, The Psychology of Blame," Sitawia Namwalie highlights the dangers of victim blaming, stating that victim blaming prepares the groundwork to invalidate another woman and gives another man permission to violate her. In the process, the lowering of inhibitions that blame creates will allow more men to take women's lives. Unfortunately, this has been true as seen with the increased rates of femicide in Kenya, where women such as Ivy Wangeshi, Naneu Muthoni, Purity Wangeshi, Josephine Karemi, Ada Nyambura, Lucy Boke, Winfred Opa, and Mercy Gerono have gruesomely lost their lives. Addressing and preventing femicide and violence against women requires a shift in societal attitudes and a commitment to holding perpetrators, such as Joseph Murimi, accountable. This includes challenging and changing the narrative that places the blame on the victim rather than the perpetrator. It's crucial to promote empathy, understanding, and support for the survivors. Educational initiatives, awareness campaigns, and open discussions about consent, healthy relationships, and the consequences of victim blaming can also play a role in changing these attitudes. Our legal system also needs to be robust in holding abusers accountable for their actions, ensuring justice for the survivors and those who have tragically lost their lives. By fostering a culture of respect and equality, we can work towards reducing the prevalence of victim blaming and creating a safer environment for women. But to get us here, it is essential for individuals, communities, and institutions to collectively and actively contribute towards this cultural shift. On 17th March 2021, Velvine Nungari Kinyanjui was laid to rest in a deeply emotional and solemn burial in Sabasaba, Murang'a County. Her friends and family described her as an outgoing, loving, fun, and joyful young lady. During the ceremony, heartfelt tributes echoed the sentiments of those who cherished her vibrant spirit. They called for the perpetrator to be brought to justice, ensuring that her memory would be honored by holding him accountable for her untimely demise. Following Velvine's tragic demise, her case was taken over by the Directorate of Criminal Investigations, DCI, Homicide Division. Joseph was arrested again and was held in custody for 15 days to allow police to conduct the investigations. However, on 29th March 2021, Joseph Kinyua Murimi, now the main suspect in Velvine's tragic demise, was released on a cash bail of 200,000 Kenyan shillings. The court denied the prosecution's application to continue holding the suspect for 30 more days to allow for more investigations to happen. However, due to public outcry, Joseph was later arrested again and was charged with taking Velvine's life. He was remanded at the Industrial Area Prison, where he was held as the case continued. According to official court documents obtained by Silent Shadows, we can affirm that the case is still in progress. The last hearing on record was on 3rd April 2023 at the Kiambu Law Courts. While the wheels of justice may turn slowly, we earnestly hope for Velvine Nungari's vindication and anticipate that her assailant, Joseph, will be found guilty and sentenced to life for his actions. We send our most sincere condolences to Velvine's family and friends. May she rest in eternal peace. Thank you for joining us today, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel to be notified when the next video is up. Until then, please take care, stay safe, and always trust your gut.